Ready to go. Now we're ready to go. What's up, players and pimps and all the things in between? That's not good. What up, saints, ain'ts, and everybody in between? It's your boy, Dez. Welcome back to the Wild Bible Podcast. Well, we just gonna read this word and we're gonna talk about it. And that's it. That is it. I have not done the math like I said I would, but at some point you're gonna get these numbers. And y'all probably done figured it out anyway, because for me, it's only been a day. But for you, it's been 2.5 weeks. And listen, you're here at the beginning of this third week, and I am appreciative for you. Thank you. At some point, you will get some updates, updated shirt choice, some updated stories, I don't know. You'll get something. But from now, you'll get this word. You feel me? Here we go. Today we are in Genesis 5. Genesis 5. And full disclosure, this is one of them ones when I was writing it out in my writing journey that I left like, okay, I don't want to do this. This is one of those genealogy chapters. So buckle in, because it's a whole bunch of plug and play, meaning only names will change for the foreseeable chapter, okay? All right. You've been warned. This is the NLT, New Living Translation. Nilt gang, you feel me? Here we go. This is the written account of the descendants of Adam. When God created human beings, he made them to be like himself. He created them male and female, and he blessed them and called them human. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of a son who was just like him, in his very image. He named his son Seth. After the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Adam lived 930 years, and then he died. When Seth was 105 years old, he became the father of Enosh. After the birth of Enosh, Seth lived another 807 years, and he had other sons and daughters. When Seth lived 912 years, and then he died. When Enosh was 90 years old, he became the father of Kenan. After the birth of Kenan, Enosh lived another 815 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Enosh lived 905 years, and then he died. When Kenan was 70 years old, he became the father of Mahalalel. After the birth of Mahalalel, Kenan lived another 840 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Kenan lived 910 years, and then he died. When Mahalalel was 65 years old, he became the father of Jared. After the birth of Jared, Mahalalel lived another 830 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Mahalalel lived 895 years, and then he died. When Jared was 162 years old, he became the father of Enoch. After the birth of Enoch, Jared lived another 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Jared lived 962 years, and then he died. When Enoch was 65 years old, he became the father of Methuselah. After the birth of Methuselah, Enoch lived in close fellowship with God for another 300 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Enoch lived 365 years, walking in close fellowship with God. Then one day he disappeared because God took him. When Methuselah was 187 years old, he became the father of Lamech. After the birth of Lamech, Methuselah lived another 782 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Methuselah lived 969 years, and then he died. When Lamech was 182 years old, he became the father of a son. Lamech named his son Noah, for he said, "May he bring us relief from our work and the painful labor of farming this ground that the Lord has cursed." After the birth of Noah, Lamech lived another 595 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Lamech lived 777 years, and then he died. By the time Noah was 500 years old, he was the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Like I said, fam, some of these episodes are gonna be boring, okay? Because that was boring for me. Just reading it to y'all, that was, woo! I ain't have no voices to give, and I think I skipped over one of these quotations. I ain't even give a voice. Like, yo, you in the boring chapter, baby. this is that. But man, I'm doing this. You know, I'm doing this because I'm finding that my generation and on down, and really some of the older generation too, we are not reading the Bible, man. You know, and I think that this is a good point to bring up here. Like, a lot of the chapters in the Bible, like there are a lot of chapters in the Bible that are very exciting and like that can read like a soap opera. But then there are chapters in the Bible like this. And before I started writing the chapters out, chapters like this would make me want to not read it again, not want to pick it up the next day. You know what I'm saying? When this is, we can't let the boring chapters keep us out of reading our word fully. I was looking at somebody on social media on my timeline, and they were saying, like, you know, if I was to start my Bible journey over, if I was to start my Christian journey over today, I would start by just reading the word. And that's my heart here. I feel like there are some people who maybe feel like they are too busy to work, or they are too busy to read. Maybe feel like they just don't want to read. They don't feel like reading, or maybe they can't read. You feel me? I want to create this podcast to be the guy holding your hand, walking you through the scriptures, and not my opinion on scriptures. We just gonna read and talk about what we read. That is it. That is it. Let's just read the thing together, so that when we start talking to other people, we can be knowledgeable on what we're talking about and not just going off of what we feel. Because we can feel like a lot of things. But one thing that I'm learning, even just from Genesis to 1 Samuel, God ain't moving off our feelings. God is moving off obedience. But we don't know that because we don't know what this word say. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my heart. That's all. This chapter was boring, but it heats up right after this because we're getting into Noah and the flood and all that. So y'all just stay tuned. I see y'all on the next episode. Follow us on the Wild Bible. I'm sure we have an Instagram page by now. Follow us at the Wild Bible. Comment what you any interesting thoughts you may have, and DM us any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, what have you. It'll get better as we go. We gonna grow, baby. We love you. My son is alive. We love it. Be safe.